In the UK, there's kind of 2 or 3 major wholesalers. Peregrine, or Peregrine Life Foods, they've kind of rebranded themselves a little bit to just Peregrine now rather than just Peregrine Life Foods. They are the UK's, I think the UK's biggest, or at least the UK's widest selection anyway. Dedicated for reptiles and herps and things like that. Let's go and take a look at what they've got on show. Reptile Systems Gen 3 of the Eco T5 lighting system is now out. The Gen 3 has a really interesting one, which is the daisy chain cable. Rather than just being a daisy chain cable, it's also an extension cable. So if you don't need to daisy chain, but you want a longer cable, you can use it as that as well, which is quite useful. So I think that's the difference between the Gen 3. There may be some other differences, but as far as I'm aware, the Gen 3, the major difference is the cable is also an extension cable now, which is quite useful. And I've noticed that they now do the Zone 4 with a T5. I didn't know that was a thing. So now it is. So you can now get the Zone 4 with the Eco T5 unit as a full set. Quite useful. You used to previously have to buy the Eco T5 and then buy the Zone 4 lamp separately if you wanted that. But now you can do it all in one. Everyone knows this is one of my favorite products, is the Eco Halogen. Doesn't make the nicest noise in the world because it's ceramic on ceramic, but you can kind of change the capsule inside and then put it in and screw it in, and then you've got a big lamp. And then when your lamp blows, you only need to throw away this bit and just replace that bit. So you're not throwing away this entire big piece. I think they say it's like a 97% saving on waste. And something I've just seen, which I've not seen before, is the black ceramic lamp holder. This is my favorite lamp holder. I don't see one on display, but it's the rotatable one, really useful. But it's always come in white, and I'm a big fan of the black ceramic, so it's nice to see it finally come in black. What I'm looking for specifically is the new tortoise food, but I don't see it anywhere. I do, it's over here. Advanced tortoise food. I'm going to take a quick look at the ingredients in some more detail later on. It's quite a nice little sheet, isn't it? Just to kind of give you a little bit of information about what ingredients are in and why they've put these ingredients in. Because you might look at it and think, why have you put that in there? Looks like a nice little tortoise food. There's still some extruded pellets in there, but I imagine they'll soak up quite nice, right? Or is that just grasses? Yeah. Don't do this.
31 weeds and grasses.
Okay. Yeah. New product showcase area. They do one for the kind of aquatics and reptile area, and then they have one for general pets as well. And it's just kind of showing off new products. Last year's, it was full of new products. This year has been a little bit slow. These guys have some Viv, what is this, Beta Terra? Okay. I might ask them later on how that rusts, maybe, if that will rust, because that looks like it might rust, but I'm not sure. Habistat have brought out a few things this year. So Monkfield, who own Habistat, and Arcadia, they've brought out a few things. They've obviously brought out the Evo RX, which has been a long time coming. Habistat have brought out the Elements range, which is kind of like the different areas. You've got your mulch, quite nice. Not a massive fan of the plastic packaging, but that's a side thing. And then the Habistat Classic Pro. So the classic Habistat thermostat, probably my favorite thermostat, was the classic dial one. And they've kind of modernized it a little bit, made it not really digital, but like they've put a little digital screen on it and they've used buttons instead. This is the same brand that makes Seachem products for the aquatics world. So if you've ever used like Seachem Prime or any of those products, they've kind of stepped a little bit into the reptile world a little bit. I'm kind of getting into, personally, the concept of liquid calciums. I'm going to have a look at that a little bit more detail, but we'll do a full video on that maybe one day. But there's a little bit different stuff with liquid calciums that you can do. This is interesting, isn't it? This is very interesting. We're going to have to speak to them about this. I'm not 100% sure what the ingredient is. Oh, a Foxolana. Okay, so this is a Foxolana. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. A Foxolana is the product that I've done a blog post about a Foxolana, and these guys now have it in a liquid form. That's very interesting. Ah, okay. Really good. I'm going to look into that a little bit more. Really clever. Zoomed brought some more stuff out this year, at least in the UK. So because Zoomed is an American brand, sometimes some of the products take a little bit longer to come out in the UK to get different certifications, things like that. So it's nice to see more products coming to the UK from Zoomed. Anyone who knows the aquatics world as well will also know NT Labs. They have a range of aquatics products, basically like lab testing kits and things like that. They've brought out effectively their competitor to the Seachem Prime and stuff range. They've got Optimus, which is their Seachem Prime kind of competitor. I'm not 100% sure on the differences in terms of dilution ratios and things like that, but effectively I'm told it's a Seachem Prime-like product. Compared to the exotic and reptile and aquatic area, the new product showcase for cat and dog is absolutely heaving with animals, even small pets, so guinea pigs and rabbits, etc. mad, really, when you think about it. Very similar products, or at least the same as what came out the year before, or I seem to find there's a few hidden gems of innovation in this sort of stuff, but generally what we find is that it's a new raw dog food that's the same as the raw dog food that came out 5 years ago. Every now and then there's a few good things. Is there a little bit of stagnation? I don't know, you tell me. That's quite cool. For chickens, that's quite a cool little idea. Hang that, put some sticks in. The issue with things like that is that the only brand that sells the sticks that fits is this company, so you're buying that and then you're essentially buying into the, you need to keep purchasing those sticks, you can't put anything else in really. I suppose you could put twigs with stuff on. New improved fragrance on the calming spray. We're going to test that because famously it smells like valerian, which smells like cat urine. You can't have new fragrance written on the bottle and then not let me spray it, right? That is a better fragrance. That does now smell better than the old one. Way better. Okay, that's a good improvement. The old one did have a funky smell. Chicken and trout, and this one's pollock and cod. I don't know when the last time I saw a cat catch a cod was. The idea of putting cod into cat food is strange.